All right, I don't know about you guys, but I've always had a fucking interest in Bigfoot, right? Whether it's fake, real, bullshit or not. Like the fact that this even exists, that legend of Bigfoot, it's extremely dope to me, right? And I mean, I've been wanting to go do a documentary where I go spend like go investigate for a whole week and shit. Maybe I'll post it here, who knows? But definitely want to do that. But let's check this out, right? This is gonna be like the origins, just to give you guys information of how this started, right?
So today we're doing a video all about Bigfoot, and that is why I am here in the Pacific Northwest of the USA. This is where the Bigfoot legend began, at least in the USA. Up in Canada, which is really close to here, by the way, they also have Bigfoot. They call it Sasquatch, and over in the Himalayas they have it and they call it a Yeti, which
Yeah.
to me a Yeti was that thing that when you do ski free and you get to the bottom and then that thing comes in. Not important, but we're here because a third of all Bigfoot sightings in the USA happen right here in the Pacific Northwest. Now the Bigfoot, it gets its name because apparently it had really big feet. They were 2 feet long, 2 feet long, something like that. I'm more used to the metric system, by 8 inches wide. And also the beast itself, 6 to 8 feet tall.
Dude, I mean, if I'm going though, I'm gonna go with like a team of like at least I need one expert. You know, we need to be strapped because fuck that. You already know what happened to the kids going to the middle of the woods. I'm not doing that unless I'm going like full on safety. Lots of lights, cameras, everything. So I gotta have like a whole team with me, and it's probably gonna be like a 3-day type of thing. I want to do a whole week thing, but I mean, I think that's too long to investigate. But let's keep going.
So Bigfoot legends in this part of the world, they've been around for generations. Indeed, the legends existed before colonists even arrived in America, but things really kicked off a whole lot more recently, and that was in 1958. There was this dude, and his name was Gerald Crew, and basically he found very large footprints near a construction site. Kind of turns out, not really surprising here, that those footprints were actually faked by a brother of one of the members of the construction crew. So unfortunately wasn't real this time, which as you're going to see is a rather recurring theme throughout this video.
That's gonna be me. That's gonna be me. If I'm definitely in the woods and I start hearing shit, you're like, what the fuck was that? What was that? Hell no. I'm still gonna do it. Definitely.
So things really kicked up a gear again in 1967 because that's when we have something called the Patterson-Gimlin film. Now, of all the Yeti stories and all the various...
This one is like the most famous Bigfoot video that will ever exist in all of history. People say it's a guy in a costume. People have studied it. They've paused it for 1,000th of a frame. Like I've seen so many videos about this and stuff like that. Scientists, everything.
Videos out there. This is the one that you've probably seen. It's this one. You see the guy walking through the forest. Now, people at the time said that this was it was definitely a Yeti. It couldn't possibly be a person.
Did you guys see that?
It had a very...
That's fake, right?
In 1967, because that's when we have something called the Patterson-Gimlin film. Now, of all the Yeti stories and all the various videos out there, this is the one
not this video. I don't know. This video looks pretty true.
The guy walking through the forest. Now,
look at that thing in the back.
Time said that this was it was definitely a Yeti. It couldn't possibly be a person because it had a very inhuman-like walk. Supposedly, the guy who filmed it, a guy called Patterson, hence the name of the movie, he took it to Universal Studios and even had someone look at it in the special effects department who said it was impossible that something like this could be replicated by a human with the technology at the time. Now, we're a little skeptical because, I mean, look at it. It could... it's just a dude walking through the forest. We're skeptical ourselves. Also, another problem that people had with the film is that Patterson had a bit of a reputation for being a liar. Oh, and then also later on, someone came forward and said, yeah, I was the dude in the movie wearing a costume doing the supposedly impossible inhuman walk.
I never heard about that, but all right.
So now the question comes as to what is actually going on here. Well, there are two main explanations. One is that it's just hoaxes. Indeed, for a time, pranking people with Bigfoot feet was actually like a thing, a commercial thing. You could buy these things, which you could make prints in the ground to make it look like there was a Bigfoot in your backyard. Totally a thing. Not so popular these days, but people are still perpetuating this hoax. Another explanation, of course, is misidentified animals. Indeed, there was a picture recently that looked like this, and people thought that this, it's a juvenile Bigfoot. It's what it looks like when it is young. But either it's just a bear with a hair condition, which is what park ranger said, or it's just a dude in a suit. In fact, our kind of logical conclusion is almost all of these sightings, if not all of these sightings, are just dudes in suits.
It's still interesting though, because this had to have been based off something that was true. Yeah, they've gone extinct, and there's only maybe a couple hundred spread throughout the whole world, but they don't just create something out of nowhere without not having something to base it off, you know? Like, I don't know.
So there are a couple of big problems outside of the fact that no one's really got any solid evidence of these things existing. And the first one is, how would they reproduce? There are obviously very few of them, and you need a certain number to be able to create a sustainable population. And the second big problem is, where are all the bodies? If there are Sasquatches, Bigfoot out there, where are their bodies when they die? We'd have found them if there were a certain number of them out there. Now, in 2008, a couple of kids, they claimed that they had a Sasquatch body, and they even posted a video on YouTube about it. It got a lot of media attention internationally, but surprise, surprise, turned out totally to be a hoax. So the point of this video isn't really about Bigfoot or anything like that. It's more about something we rather like today, I found out, and that's skepticism. Always approach things with a bit of a skeptical mind, because things like Bigfoot, I mean, we had that video and we had that picture, but that's all we really have. It's probably not real, and most scientists agree. So I really hope you liked that video. If you did, please do hit that like button, and don't forget to subscribe. We put out not brand new videos like this every day, but we do these occasionally, thanks to our Patreons who really...
I don't know, guys. I believe that a lot of that shit was fake, probably. Like, a bunch of people make fake-ass videos and shit like that. Which is so stupid, you know, because then you just kill the whole nature of fun. I know you can prank someone, but just say it was a prank during the prank. Don't keep going. Having people wonder if it was real or not, it's not cool. I think it's cool to prank people. I think that's funny as shit, but something like this important, I think you should have at the end of the video, you know, this was a prank, this and that, you know, not keep going, you know, because there's people that actually commit their whole lives, have committed 20, 30, 40, 50 years probably into this shit, researching Bigfoot and stuff like that. And for people to just waste their time like that, that's fucked up. But definitely do want to do something like that, a documentary where I go and, you know, learn more about it, speak to specialists, you know, stuff like that. So make sure you subscribe so you can get ready for that video, because I'm trying to plan out everything. Maybe towards October. September, October is when I'm trying to plan that out. Make sure y'all subscribe, like the video, and peace.